Hello everyone and welcome to the Sacred Pathways. If this is your first time checking this channel out, we're blessed to have you here. My name is Terry and I narrate the stories of near-death experiences, past life memory, also known as pre-birth experience, to mysterious spiritual encounters all around the world. In the hopes of bringing inspirations and understanding of spiritual life beyond this. Our videos offers a glimpse of what lies beyond. And it offers a gift of knowledge to knowing there is more than just this life and we live on spiritually. If you enjoy these videos, please consider clicking the like, subscribe and bell icon to be notified of new content. Doing so is free and it does help the channel grow. We are very appreciative of all your support. If you would like to reach out and share your experience, we welcome the pleasure to do so. You may email us at thesacredpathways@gmail.com or reach us on our Facebook page. To our new and returning viewers, relax, get cozy and enjoy today's narration. We're excited you're here. Okay, let's get to it. Today's narration is about Carolyn's near-death experience through Christian faith. She spoke and walked hand in hand with Jesus. Seeing the love of Jesus, a near-death experience. It was a Wednesday night, August 2005, when I was rushed to emergency due to chronic abdominal pain and vomiting thought to be pancreatitis. My bowel had burst, my lungs collapsed and my kidneys failed. I was wrapped in ice due to my soaring temperature of 42 degrees Celsius and no blood pressure. My body was pumped full of fluid which caused retention and my weight soared from 65 to 140 kilograms within 1 week. It literally ripped me apart. The pain was so excruciating that my body started shutting down. I went blind and could not speak. The exhaustion I felt was tremendous. It was as if a heavy wet black blanket was suffocating me. Moving and speaking were extremely difficult. I never cried, that was simply because I didn't have the energy. I had peritonitis from a defunctioned limb comprising most of my small bowel from the pancreas and duodenum, which had become twisted and had a perforation. I also had intra-abdominal sepsis due to carious collections. I had chronic immunological deficiency secondary to malnutrition. I developed multiple opacities in my lung fields, which were thought to be due to fungal infection. The surgeons operated to leave an open laparotomy wound down to the deep fascia. My belly button was on the left side of my body, my entire stomach open for 9 months, the wound is still currently open at the top, and I could see about 5 centimeters into my body. I have currently been in 3 induced comas and have had 8 major surgeries. Within 2 days of being in hospital, I was put into an induced coma and my parents were informed that I had 48 hours left to live unless I had surgery. The percentage of survival from the surgery was extremely minimal due to numerous complications. During the coma, I could hear and feel, however I could not respond. I remember trying with all my energy just to lift my eyelids, but my body would not cooperate. The exhaustion was overwhelming. It was during the coma that I experienced a white mist pass through the top of my head and work its way slowly through my body. It was a warm feeling and I remember thinking, it's cleaning me, this light is cleaning every cell in my body. It stopped at my heart and spent some time there before it continued through my body. The next thing that happened, I believe, was while I was on the operating table. After consultations with my surgeons, they have admitted that it is not medically possible that I am alive. They informed me that my heart never stopped beating and they were sure I wasn't going to make it through the surgery or even through the recovery. I remember being in a valley. I would always get upset at funerals when I heard Psalm 23, even though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil for thou art with me. I saw a sandy pathway and black, jagged rocks either sides. The rocks were the blackest of the black, They reached high into the heavens as if there was no ending. The only reason I could see these rocks was because there was a light that was in the valley. It turned the darkness into light. I had no body, but I could see a man dressed in a brilliant white robe. His clothes were as bright as a lightning bolt. Light and love radiated from him and drenched me in absolute euphoria. His love for me was so overwhelming that I could only look at him in absolute awe. It was like being dunked into the Pacific with water rushing inside and outside of you, absolute saturation, every cell soaked in his love. He was walking towards me while holding the hand of a young girl. I knew that the little girl was me. Suddenly I was inside the little girl and could see through her eyes. I turned my head and looked up at him. He was looking down at me with such compassion and love. His eyes revealed such a purity, a holiness, emotion beyond human capability. I knew that no human had the capacity to feel even a speck of the enormity of his love. I was his child and he loved me. He then spoke to me, not through words but through thought. "It's not your time yet." It was then that I came back. When I awoke, one of the first things I said was, "I can see. I can see." It's as if scales have fallen from my eyes. My mother, who is a nurse, responded with, "Yes, I know that you can see." It wasn't the physical seeing that I was referring to, it was the spiritual. It was as if a curtain had been placed across my eyes due to a traumatic incident that happened when I was 18. It affected every part of my life. The way I acted, the way I spoke, the way I viewed relationships and the world had all been infiltrated because of this one event. I had felt dirty and harbored feelings of guilt due to what happened. I had thought that God could not look at me. I had felt that I was never good enough. Through this event, I was able to see into my own heart. I was able to see myself as God sees me. Laying on my hospital bed with tubes covering my body, an open wound of 40 centimeters x 40 centimeters, hair falling out, skin peeling off my eyelids, water retention exploding me to a hefty weight of 140 kilograms, I felt beautiful. I felt so beautiful, so pure, and so clean. This is how God sees me. I was able to forgive people in the past. I had previously thought that by forgiving someone was letting them off. I now realize by not forgiving them that you are bound to them. So many realizations and truths were brought to light. I experienced another 2 comas, the second in which I saw hell. I didn't sleep for 3 days in ICU after the visions I saw. You will have to contact me to find out about that one. They actually had to tie me to the bed during that coma as I was trying to pull all of my tubes out, which would have resulted in death. I was in a wheelchair for 10 months, dropped down to 55 kilograms in 4 months and was anorexic. I'm 175 centimeters tall. I vomited up to 30x a day for about 10 months, which was extremely painful with an open wound. I have lost a lot of hair, have numerous scares, am still in recovery and due for another major surgery because the wound is infected and has developed a sinus. There were times that I wanted to die. I am not afraid of death anymore. We are all here for a certain time to do God's will. I can confidently say that even though I have been told I may never recover fully, I am a walking miracle. A miracle both medically and cured from past hurts. I believe that I will fully recover. The doctors are amazed at my progress. I am back teaching high school 3 days a week, which is exhausting, but hey, I'm teaching. I am glad that I went through all the pain, it was worth it. The doctors thought I would die from the pain, they are still shaking their heads. I would go through it all again, just to see his face. Just to experience his love. The miracles that happened during that time, and I have only touched the surface in this recount, have cemented my beliefs in the Christian God. The only God. What did you think of Carolyn's experience? She is a very strong woman. I praise her and all her knowledge that she gained for what she had went through in her past. This experience changed her life forever. This gave her peace. Father held her tight. If you like this story, please hit the like, subscribe and the bell icon to be notified of new content, as it does help the channel grow. And all your support is very much appreciated. Also, if you would like to share your story, we welcome the pleasure to do so. You may email us at thesacredpathways@gmail.com, or you may send us a private message through our Facebook page. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day from the Sacred Pathways family.